Okay, we're on. Let me just say what we're doing so everyone kind of understands that we're doing sixth grade New York State test, the year of 2017. And here we go. All right, so we are going to do only a few questions, not everything, obviously. We're going to do well, as much as we can. I don't know if we're able to do everything, but hopefully we'll do the most. Okay, so we're going to do only the questions that my student needs help with and make mistakes on. So we're not going to do everything, but just by going over any questions will actually help. So let's go. We're starting from question number 2. We're going to do this. And 6th grade state test. Let's go. So question number 2. In which set do all of the values make the inequality 2x minus 1 less than 10 true? So what do we do here? We solve it. We want to solve it, and then we'll see which numbers will match this. So how do we solve this? So the first step in solving a two-step inequality would be getting rid of the regular number, which is a -1 over here. So what do? We do a reverse action of that -1, leaving us with the 2x less than 11. And now we divide both sides of the inequality by 2, getting x less than 5.5. Now, in which case x is less than 5.5? Only in D, right? So everything else have the numbers that's larger than 5.5. So this is how you do it. The only thing that you need to know over here, this is obvious. Once you get this, right, the answer is obvious, right? So the only thing that you need to know here is just to know how to solve inequalities. That's all. All right, we're moving on to question number 3. I think question number 3 is literally like the hardest question here. Okay, so what do we do here? We have, so which equation is represented by the model? So we have pieces of 2/3, right? Which has split, like, I would say that this is one whole, right? Because it says like 1 on top of it, 2, and then 1/3, right? So 2 and 1/3 has been split in pieces of 2/3. You see this? So, and that would be the answer. Oh, the only thing is that we need to know the answer too. Okay, so what will be the answer? The answer is going to be, well, we can either look over here. What will be the answer? We'll look. So 2/3, right? That's like a one piece of 2/3, another piece of 2/3, third piece of 2/3, right? And then half of 2/3. That's why it's 3.5. But you don't have to do it this way. You can actually do keep change flip over here. How? Convert, right? It's going to be 7/3 divided by 2/3. You have to do keep change flip to divide, right? And it's going to be 7/3 times 3/2, which is, well, 3 and 3 is too juicy not to do this, right? So it's going to be 7 times 1, which is 7, 1 times 2, which is 2, which is 7/2. But what is 7/2? 3.5, right? It's 3 and 1/2. That's why the answer is A. I consider this question to be one of the hardest questions in this whole test, if not the hardest. Everything else from here is going to be easier, way easier. All right, the next one was what, 4 or 9? 9. 9. All right, the next one was 9. What is the area in square units of the triangle QRS? This is classic. This is something that you will see all the way till geometry. So how do we find the area of this triangle? What's interesting that what we have to do, we have to find the area of the rectangle. That's the way. And then we need to find the areas of, look, of these like triangles that's like outside of that, like this one, and that one. And then subtract from the rectangle, and you will be left with the white part inside. That's what you need to do. All right, so how do we find the area of these parts that we kind of see? So first is going to be the rectangle that we're going to look for the area. So it's going to be 4 times 5. Okay, so it's going to be 20 minus, and now we have to find the yellow ones. How do we do it? The area of a triangle is base times height over 2, right? So in this one, it's going to be base 2, height 2, and over 2. So we're going to have to do 2 times 2 over 2 for this one, which is 4 over 2, which is 2. So minus 2 plus. Now we're going to have to find that one. It's going to be 3 times 4. 3 times 4 over 2. Base times height over 2 again, right? 3 times 4 over 2, which is 12 over 2, which is 6. So this one will be 6. So this is the area 2. This is area 6. Now this one is going to be base 2, height 5. Okay, so the area of this would be 2 times 5 over 2, which is 10 over 2, which is 5. So the area of this one is 5. So we have to do 20 minus 2 plus 6 plus 5, which is 13. 20 minus 13, 7. The answer is 1. So now let me highlight it quickly. Basically, the idea is that, let me erase everything. What's the main idea here? The main idea here is that it's hard or almost impossible to find the area of the triangle that kind of like in a weird position like that, that doesn't have a clear base, clear height, right? So how do we but it is on the number line, and it is on the grid. So that's what people invented. No matter how, what kind of triangle you have, right? You can create a rectangle around it, right? Calculate everything that's outside of it and subtract it from the rectangle area. This is it. That was the whole trick. Because it's easy to find the areas of the triangles that have clear base and height. Okay? Moving on. The next one will be number 10. Number 10. Number 10. Okay, point G and point H are in the same distance from point F. Which coordinates could be location of point H? So there's another point, right? Point H. And they say that point G and point H are in the same distance from F. So what distance from F to G we have right now? Let's just draw it. Let's say it's this, right? From corner to corner across 2 squares, right? Like that. So it means that there is a point H that's on the same distance from the F. And it's a fully I would say a visual question. If you put these coordinates correctly on over here, you will get the right answer. Look, A is 1, 2. 1, 2. H, right? Is this the same distance as this? Not really, no. This is slightly longer than this, okay? This is straight up 2 squares. This is across 2 squares. Across 2 squares is longer. All right. I'm not even going to erase this. I'm just going to pick a different color. 4, 2. 4, 2. That's very close from F, right? This is definitely not as long as black. All right. Next one is 5, 1. 5, 1. Well, same idea as the red one, right? And 2, 5. Look at 2, 5. 2, 5. Oh, hold on 1 second. Something is wrong. 2, 5. This is way too far. Did I misplace one of them? 1, 2. No. 4, 2. No. Oh, yeah. I misplaced one, and that was the answer. Look. 5, 1. 5, 1 was supposed to be here. And look at this. Like this blue one is the same as this black one. It's across 2 squares, right? Like you have a box of 2 squares from corner to corner like that. Do you see that? Over here was black, and the same you'll see was the blue one over here. That's why they're the same distance. Visually, just visually here. All right, number 10. That was number 10, I mean. What's next? Number 35. Oh, that's all the way. All the way in the book too. Number 35. All right, let's go. Susan reads a book at the rate of 1 page every 3 minutes. If her reading rate remains the same, which method could be used to determine the number of minutes for her to read 16 pages? 1 page in 3 minutes, so 18 pages would be, whoa, times 3, no? 1 page, 3 minutes, 18 pages. You chose B, right? Which is divide. No, this would be right if they would ask you how many pages can she read in 18 minutes. But they did not ask you that. They asked you how much time will it take to read 18 pages. 1 page, 3 minutes, 2 pages, 6 minutes, 3 pages, 9 minutes, right? So it's times 3. So it's 18 times 3. Whatever. We don't have to do it. It's just multiply. Yeah. Yeah. And that's what they wanna. That's how they wanna catch you, basically, over here. We'll go specifically on this question. Because usually that's how they ask you. Like, let's say on a homework, like a problem, you know, they'll ask you how many pages she will read in 18 minutes, right? But not here, you know, tricky. They ask about pages. All right, number 39. 39. Here. Which value or values for the variable c from the set below will make this true? All right, exactly the same type of question as we solved in the beginning of the test with the inequality. Is just this inequality is harder. That's all. But the idea is that we have to solve it first is the same. If you see an inequality, most likely you have to solve it. All right, so the first step would be to subtract 0.4c from 6c, thus leaving this like term alone on the left side, and we'll get one like term on the right side. So it's going to be minus 0.4c minus 0.4c. So it's going to be 5.6. This goes away. Less than 6 minus 0.4 is going to be 5.6c. And now we divide by 5.6 divide by 1.6. We get 1 is less than c, or in other words, c is greater than 1. This is the same thing, by the way. So what does that mean? That means that, let's see which numbers out of this set make sense. Only 2.5, right? Because only 2.5 is greater than 1. Because that's what we found out, that c is greater than 1. What's greater than 1? 0? No. This? No. 1? No. This? Yes. All right. 42. All right, 42, geometry question. What is the surface area? That's it. Surface area is just, we're going to have to find area one by one over here. All right, so let's do it. The area of this box, 8 times 3, so 24, okay? The area of this bigger box on the bottom is going to be 5 by, and this is going to be the same as the one that's on top here, right? 8, so it's going to be 40 here. 5 times 8, 40. All right, what's going to be this box? It's going to be 4, and this is also 8. Like all of these lines are 8, it's clear, right? All of them, not only this one. All of them. So it's going to be 4 times 8, 32. All right, now triangles. Triangle is base times height over 2, correct? So it's going to be 3, and 5 doesn't play a role here because it's a slanted side. Like when we calculate the area of the triangle, we need this and this, okay? We don't need this. We don't need this side. Make sense? So it's 3 times 4 over 2. 3 times 4, 12, over 2, 6. These two triangles are identical. That's why it's 6 and 6. And now we have to add everything. So 40 plus 32, 72, plus 24, 96, plus 12, 108. That's it. Moving on real quick. I think we have time for maybe 1 or 2 more. Or maybe we'll finish. I don't know how fast we'll go. Number 43. The two expressions below are equivalent. Okay, so this equals to that. That's what they say. This equals to that. Which statement best explains why the expressions are equivalent? Ooh, interesting. Okay. The expressions have the same value of any value of y. The expressions have the same value for only whole number value of y. The expressions have the same value only when y is an odd number. The expressions have the same value only when y is an even number. Well, look at this. If we have expressions somehow they are the same, right? They cannot be like they say equivalent, right? So equivalent means the same. They cannot be the same. They cannot be the same because y is even or odd. Who cares? You know, y can be anything. If they're equal, y just must be the same everywhere. That's all. If it's 2, it's going to be 2, 2, 2 here, 3, 3, 3, million, million, million. Okay, so saying that it's only when it's odd or even makes no sense. So the expressions have the same value for any value of y, for any value. That's why we even have equations. So one side will balance the other. So it will be A. All right. Let's just do one more, and that's it. All right. Especially since it seems like pretty short. 2 whole numbers have a least common multiple of 60. Okay. Least common multiple of 60. Each number is less than or equal to 12. Okay. The greatest common factor of two numbers is 2. What are the two numbers? Well, we just have to work with the answers, to be honest with you. Okay. So, can it be D? No, it can't be, because because it doesn't work with this rule, right? Each number is less than 12. So this automatically is wrong. So each number is less or equal to 12. This works in the first rule? Yes, it does. Okay. The greatest common factor of the two numbers is 2. Is the greatest common factor between 10 and 12 is 2? Yes. What? What's the greatest common factor between 10 and 12? 3, no. 3 doesn't go into 10, right? 4, no. 4 doesn't go into 10. 5, no. 6. 5 works for 10 but doesn't work for 12, right? So it means that it's C, because actually greatest common factor of 10 and 12 is 2. None of the other numbers work. C. Senor. All right. That was it. Short lesson. How many questions did we do? We did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 questions in 20 minutes and 50 seconds, which is a pretty good rate, if you ask me. All right. This is it for now, and we're going to continue.